Hi, Derek here. Been a while since I made my last video, so thanks for coming to my channel. Just a quick video on how to make a watermark. I've seen lots of watermarks, and a lot of them look terrible. They're far too big. Sorry if I'm shouting a little bit. It feels like I can hear myself through my headset. Some of them are too big. Some of them are just dreadful. They're in the wrong place on your image. So this is how I make my watermark. And I'll take you how I made it from scratch. So if you go to File, go to New, and New Document, and it will take whatever settings you're running with on your monitor. Mine's at the moment running with 1920 and 1080, but you don't need it that big. Let's change it to let's change it to 800 by 600 pixels. 72 dpi is fine, and that's fine. So let's click that, click OK, and what you're going to do in here is select B for the brush tool, and you just, or actually let's not bother selecting B, let's just select T for the text tool, or pick here. You then want to find a font that you like, and Photoshop's quite nice, gives you little samples of what you could have. I've not got one that I've prepared for this, so let me see. Let's go to something nice. You can either have it like these signed type ones. I quite like this one up here, Georgia Italic, so I'm going to go for that. Pick one that you like, that you're happy with, and then type what you would like for your watermark. Now, if you're on a Mac, you've got a symbol. If you're on a PC, the copyright symbol, which is what you want to use in your watermark, is Alt, the Alt key, and 0169, and let it go. It gives you the copyright symbol. And then what you would like is your copyright. Now, I would just like my name. Let's say Derek Mac, and the year. I usually put the year in mine, and that will do. Now we'll just center that back up the page, make sure it's all in there, and yep, that's fine. Don't know if I like that font, but yep, for this that'll do. Click the tick, and now if you go to Edit and come down where it says Define Brush Preset, give it a name if you want. We'll just call it DM2015WM. Okay, you call it whatever you want, or give it no name, it doesn't really matter. Click OK, and now if we close Photoshop and open it back up and we go to select our watermark brush, all we have to do is select B for the brush tool, and if we go into this little bit here, that's the file, sorry, this one here, the very last brush you make is here. What I just did there by defining the brush, that was actually creating a brush. So this is now a brush. So we can close this, we don't need it now. And if we go into here and I select B for brush, I'm going to put it on a blank layer. It just happens to be the last brush that I had selected. And there it is in there. And I can click that anywhere we want. So we'll go for the default colours, which is black. And if I just give a little click right there, there's my watermark. I could put a thicker font. I've got my flow down at 12%, so let's go up to 100%. And if I click it again, I've got a strong watermark. I like to get 10-15%, so it's there, it's visible. And if I just get rid of these two there, what I tend to do is get my image where it's going to be visible but not, so putting it there would be stupid, or over the rings would be stupid. But if I put it here, we've got 100%, so let's take it down again to about 10%, and you can put it there. And the good thing about being a brush is I can make it as big as I want and it'll still show, or as small as I want and there's no problem, I can put it there. How dark it goes depends on how much your flow or your opacity for your layer is. I have my layers at 100%, it's just my flow that's affecting how dark this is. I'll keep it up here just for a second, make the brush bigger, and I can put one right there, or maybe down here just out the road, just the bottom of the page below the golf club. And if I kept my flow low here, but I've got a kind of darker area, it probably wouldn't show up. But I want to keep it out of the way of the golf ball. I don't want it to look like it's part of that design. So we click that there. So make a brush, and you can go in and select any brush you want. There's brush number 1, and if I just do that, that's what you get for brush number 1. But then if I want to go back in and select my watermark, it's down here at the bottom. Click, and then I can just size the brush to suit the image I've got. So hope that helps. Get your stuff watermarked. Don't make your watermark ridiculous. And one other thing is, I've got black text here. Now, if I had a black image, for instance this one here, we'll open that. Now the black text, this is going to take just 1 or 2 seconds to open up. The black text here is going to be absolutely useless. I'll do it on a blank layer. And the beauty about doing it with a brush, all I need to do is go in and find a colour that I think would look good either up here or down here. Now white would be the obvious colour. Say OK, and we can put a watermark there. Or let's change the colour again, something go with a purple. That's got a nice blue. I'll say OK up to this corner. Click OK, and we could have a nice blue down there. So that's the beauty of making it as a brush. You can change the brush size whenever you want. You can change the opacity or flow, so you can make your watermark just a discrete or a thick. You know, you can make it to suit your image, or just how much you want to watermark it. It may be that you think your watermark's more important than the actual image. You may want it big, small, you want it to the right, you want it to the left. That's the beauty of doing it as a brush rather than having a file that you drag from somewhere and drop it and have to resize it and blah de blah de blah. So it's all good doing it with this. So there you go, that's just a quick tutorial on how to make a watermark. Hope that helps. Oh, and last but not least, because you do it on a blank layer, if I was wanting to print this picture out right now with my watermark away, all I have to do is turn the blank layer off, save that file as it is, and it will save it. Anytime you save an image with a layer turned off, it leaves that layer out of your final image. So if I wanted to save that image right now, it would save as this. If I wanted to save it for Facebook so I could have a watermark showing, I would save it like that. So there you go. How to make a brush into a watermark. Thank you. And I'm going to watermark this video. There you go.